Yes, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome once more to Retro Spectrum. I'm Ewan Spence here with another review. You can see that we're in 128k mode, and I managed to point the right way for once. That's impressive. So, first of all, a bit of background. You'll know that I started this channel. The book says March, which is when I sort of got the names and everything set up. I didn't really start playing till June, July in 2019. And that meant that when I got to the end of the year, and everybody's going, you know what the game of the year was? You know what the game of the year was? It was one that was released just before I started getting back into the retro scene and on the Spectrum. It just says 2019. I forget the exact date from somewhere, but it is, quite frankly, quite rightly, the game of 2019 in my opinion, and that is Aliens Neoplasma. We've got a model of Ripley up there, but you don't play Ripley, you play somebody else in this one. It's inspired by the Alien franchise. It's from the ZX Dev MIA competition, in which developers, mostly in Russia, were asked to sort of reconceptualize ideas and games and themes from other places and bring them back to the Spectrum of all places. And Aliens Neoplasma obviously trades off the Aliens franchise from Ridley Scott and James Cameron. We're mostly in James Cameron era Aliens here, as you can tell, because it's Aliens, not Alien. Although it just draws a lot more from the ship, the evil computer, the evil, it's the evil computer, evil android, and mother kind of pushed into one. And it brings in a lot of things that the Spectrum was, later on in the Spectrum's life, when developers and designers kind of got what the Spectrum was and what the Spectrum players were like and what they liked. And they liked mapping, they liked a little bit of action, they liked, basically, they liked stuff that looked like RoboCop. So, we had, when you had your Batman cartoon one, which I reviewed before, that was great, but when you had Batman movie, you essentially had slightly bigger sprites and slightly bigger, but still the same idea as RoboCop, which is going around the levels and ladders. But what we have in Aliens Neoplasma is it starts to tell a story as well. So let's just switch back over to the Spectrum. As I said, we're on a 128K Spectrum here. It's all set up in a corner, and we'll load in Aliens Neoplasma, which is a fantastically scientific sounding name, but I've not seen any plasma in it yet. Got the atmospheric music going as well. Now, the Achilles is the ship you're on, which is transferring specimens from one place to another. You can guess what specimens are traveling, and surprise, surprise, they've become free. Or samples. 45 colonists, nope, they're all gone. Delivering samples in colony Hadley's Hope staff, LV426, to the Earth. Now, those of you who know the Aliens plot will know that that is the base in Aliens. So it's already picked up stuff from the place that will eventually get invaded by aliens, and lo and behold, stuff has happened. Crew members, me, playing the role of Ashley Smith, a name which is basically masculine or feminine. I've taken a picture of Ripley here in one of the models there. Hypersleep is done, and we can play a game, redefine keys, or about the game. So let's just let's have a look at about the game first. That gives you your credits there. Alexander Yuritov, music's from Oleg Nikitin, graphics and story of Evgeny Ruglin. Apologies if my Russian has gone through. So there's a lot of controls in this game, and much as I have my DualShock Kempston, it really only does up, down, left, right, fire. I could sit and reprogram everything, but it's pretty rare to have that on the Spectrum as well. So we are going to redefine the keys. So we will use up is going to be 1, not QAOP, not quite. I'll show you why in a second. Down is A, left and right is OP, as you would expect. Grenade is just under the enter key, so I'm going to use that. Shoot is a space bar, which is under the thumbs. Q is there, is the jump, as opposed to the up, because you're going to be jumping a lot more than upping. And also Q and 1 are really close together on the keys. And pause and skip is always H. And yes, I am sure now. Okay. Oh, I've done it again, right? Okay, because I pressed Q instead of 1. There's just a lot of keys. It's not quite going where I wanted it to go. So let's do that there. I'm sure. Yep. So we're going to play the game by going, you know what, just press down and down. That'll cover it off. Right, there we go. Okay, so got it going. We've got a nice track channel on him. We have our character here at the bottom. As I said, it's Ashley, so it could be feminine, or it could just be a really bad 80s mullet. Calling Bill Paxton your mullet cold is all ready to go. So, locked door this way. And you can see there's just, you know, we've got those details in the graphics. We're basically in metal spaceship, black and white, blue to add the sort of touches around that. And obviously these are cryo sleep chambers where we've woken up. We can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So obviously you're in one of these ones and you've woken yourself up. No weapons, no gun. What's going on my ship? Okay, this door's open. So you see here, I can jump as well, but we'll just use the up on the ladder. Oh, there's handy. There's another locked door. Now, I might play this through a couple of times before, so we got a good idea of what's going on. Really would like, part of me wants to jump and up to be the sort of same control. That would be a bit useful. Just to sort of simplify the control system. I think that's one complaint I have, that you do have a lot of controls in the game. But of course it's put together as a demo, so you want to show off all the skills, but could just do with a little bit more optimization. So whenever you get these computer systems, you'll get the plot unfolding. Rise and shine! All systems are functioning, no failures detected. Yeah, but there's nobody else in the ship! Why is the door blocked and where's the crew? Yep, you have to head to the cabin for details. Captain's command. Unlock the door. Okay, so we've opened up a little bit more of the ship as we go through. It's not this section here, so we can head back down. But this is the point where you want to just start going. Okay, nothing's happening. Where is everything? Another door. And in general, anytime a game gives you here, fully charge your health. Get worried. Okay, so I'm going to be honest here. I know that the cabin is up this way. And then we get our first sight of the alien. But it's aliens, you know that there's got more than one. And I'm going to just take a pause here. The graphics here really do echo the films, especially the first film, where you had that shape that you just occasionally saw at the end. It's moving around, it's bigger than you, it does stand out, it's not really in the dark, and that's one of the things. So if you're thinking that you're going to lose all that scariness because, you know, you can see the alien, they move fast, they come out of nowhere, and you'll see that sometimes they're hiding just off the screen. So although they're not coming out of the darkness, they're coming off the screen space. And chasing me now, you just see it come on screen. He's a little face hacker. Okay, right. Here's the computer so we can take our next bit of the storyline. You've got to go to the cabin, which is back where we were earlier, when you're talking about what are the beasts aboard. I've seen something weird. Yeah. There's no need to worry. Situation under control. Reboot the system. Nope. You need the captain's confirmation, and you're not the captain. You're a lieutenant, but you're not a lieutenant with guns. You've got the grenade. Whee! And you've got your gun. And you see you've got a lovely pixel representation of the Marine pulse rifle underneath there. Everything just feels like the franchise. Everything sounds a bit 80s. I'd like a way to get the sound off, but there's a face hugger at the door. Oh, hello. Yeah, we'll get you out of the way. Spinny fan, and we want to avoid that. This is why I've made the jump key Q, by the way. I know there's another one coming down here. There you go. And we already know there's an alien here as well. Because I can't actually jump back up to go through the tunnel, so we're going to have to go through another part of the ship. And there's another one. Hello. Dead. Now, this leads to another part of the game. Much like some of the other Russian games that have come out recently, so things like Gluff, and the tile one that I can't remember that came from the Yandex contest that will come to at the end of the show. You don't have a fixed number of lives. You don't have 3 lives and that's it, game over. It'll put you back to the save point, which here's the computer. And you just have to fight through each section. And I've thought about this, and I've mentioned the other games. If this was an actual commercial game, that you'd probably end up with 3 lives or 5 lives or 7 lives, just to sort of make the game a little bit longer. But in the sort of demo scene that we have now in the Spectrum, you know, the gameplay is much better. The gameplay is like, well, we want you to enjoy the game, we want you to get through the game. And each section is its own challenge. The challenge here is, how do we get this alien out of the way? And the answer is, you just got to fire your gun before he jumps out at you. So I should have walked back the other way to go in there. So let's just try that once more. And of course, everybody's fully aware that the chances are you're going to be on an emulator, or you're going to be on hardware that's like a div MMC card, so you can load things in very quickly. So you don't need to go back to the menu to reset like keys or anything. You are going to be able to rage quit and come back out again quite nicely. So okay, sneak down now, turn around now, and just bang, 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 bang. I can just see your tail. You are out of there. There's another one. Can you open the door? Yes, you can. Okay, so I've played through this bit, and if you're thinking, well, it's not that scary, I'll give you a hint. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. When you get to a new level section, one of these just jumps out, there's face huggers dropping all around you. It is manic. Okay, so we're back at the section we know about. So, yeah, let's just take the refill on health. Thank you very much. Face hugger. Ba-ba-ba. He doesn't open the door, and I've just slowly died. And I'm all the way back in. Now, one advantage here is dead is dead. So I won't have to go through those aliens again. So this came out early in 2019, and you know, if this had slid out in the mid 80s or even like 88, 89, 90 on the ZX Spectrum, everybody would have fallen in love with this. I mean, you look back at things like Myth or Trantor, The Last Stormtrooper, you know, the various other platforming games. You know, this is top notch. Compare this to something like Super Robin Hood that the Codemasters have. Or was it Robin Hood Simulator? I'll never quite remember. Okay, face hugger, where are there you are. There's a reason everybody's got this on their end of year lists for the Spectrum. And you can see why. The graphics are brilliant, the graphics are clear. Priority is given to the attribute in the background of the screen rather than the foreground. Again, choices that you make as a developer. Here, you've decided to keep the colours going, and I do think that's the right choice because it kind of reflects the idea of lights shining down on you and everybody going through. Also, it's scary. It feels like an Alien game should feel. And that's never really been managed on Spectrum 4. There's one part of Aliens US Edition that feels scary, and it's the one where you're trying to burn through the door. But the rest of the time, it's, you know, it's a little bit of flexing and stuff. And Aliens UK was just a slow, strategic mess of a game. Aliens Neoplasma, yeah, it's a real deal. It's part of the plot. The crew's waiting for you in the cabin. No, I'm here in the cabin. Yeah, they're all dead. Why are you lying? Head to the cabin. Which is the captain's cabin, so we're back to where we are. We've got a save point and everything. And the game carries on there. Now, how'd you get past that when it's just at the edge of the screen? I'm not sure. So look, you go back, it's got your Robocop IDs, it's got your Batman IDs, it's got a whole bundle of stuff that Spectrum players really liked, and I can't get back there fast enough. You've got a little bit of puzzling also to work out how to get past certain creatures. This is just a great mix. Okay, if I remember correctly, it's download and Pay what you feel is worth it. It's not that way either. And pay how you feel. Oh, I could have got through there actually. Anyway, right, one more go through here and we'll have a little chat about distribution and stuff. Come on, I'm pressing the fire button. Okay, pause you for a second. Right. Distribution on this game, again, it's available to grab online from the team at SaNchez over in Russia. You will find the downloads. Where are we? I'll put the link in the comments so you can get the downloads on this as well. And yeah, yes, in the RZ archive and everything. So RZX archive has that going through as well. There's just a lot going on. I think I've covered the points there. The graphics are top notch. The sound is great. The ship is huge, by the way. Once you I don't look at one of the maps of that. So there's a lot of exploring. There's a lot of game time that you've got playing on in here. The aliens feel like actual aliens. The face are just little scuttly things that really just get you once. And you know, dead is dead in this game. Really, of course you've got a health bar, and that may help when you drop down a little bit too far. It's everything you would want in a movie tie-in. If Ocean had brought this out right after, just before RoboCop, around about in that time when the Aliens film came out, so it's 86, so you're looking at 87, 88, this would have been an absolute stunner. This would have been one of those games that people would have remembered the Spectrum for. And it's out 2019 now, we're in 2020 now. And this stuff is still coming out for the Spectrum. This stuff is still entertaining. It plays on original hardware, it plays on the emulators. And people go, why'd you carry on playing retro hardware, retro games? It's like, well, this isn't a retro game. This is brand new. The fact that it fits in 128K, so that's maybe a slightly bigger, but not by much the size of your avatar on Facebook in terms of file size. It's like 2 avatars, so it's like you're there. It's 120K, it's ridiculously small. Yet you get a full game like this in here, and it gets the heart racing at the same sort of pace that you do with the latest 3D FPS shoot-'em up version of Dune, which itself is inspired on Aliens anyway. So why don't you just go back to the original source, go back to the original computer that you all loved, and fire up Aliens Neoplasma, and go from there. You know me, everybody says it's recommended. I say everything's recommended, but this is recommended more than other recommendations if we're going to go down the Animal Farm route. Aliens Neoplasma, link in the comments, download it. It's absolutely